Hello and welcome to the milestone episode number 10 of Troutopolis. I actually got the counting on my fingers right this episode. Now, there's a lot to actually discuss before we get underway in this episode, and that's that, you know, I don't always have time to sit down and record and properly do an episode of what it is that I want to do in the episode. So, like, it might be late at night, or I might not have enough time to sit there and play through an entire episode, but I might be able to get on and play a few bits and pieces and just, you know, kind of progress the series a little bit more, because ultimately I don't want these videos to become a series of me doing very little in them and things just kind of go nowhere for a while. So I think, like, playing outside of the actual episode itself is always a fair and reasonable... Someone's died in a park. Nice. A little bit of stabby McStabbersons going on there. Yeah, so I kind of tend to play outside of the actual episodes a little bit and just kind of progress things and, you know, keep it going. Now, obviously in the last episode, I think that you guys will have seen me getting to a point where citizens were leaving and coming back, and it wasn't... We were in a bit of a seesaw motion. As you can see down the bottom right, we've actually gained a lot of people in here. I think almost 8,000 odd people have joined the city. Now, during the off-screen play, things got extremely hectic. And they got really hectic because there was like a plague, like an illness plague up in this city. And oh my god, it was pandemonium. I was panicking. I was like, what the hell's going on? Dead bodies thrown everywhere. Everyone was getting sick. I just did not know what to do. And I was panicking. And I just started throwing hospitals everywhere. Like up here, I was like throwing them here, just everywhere to try and cope with all the sick people and the dead bodies and get them transported. And it was just... It was chaos. People were leaving. I was losing money. I was just in absolute fear of what was going to happen. I really didn't want it to spread either. Oh, I've got a cargo thing on fire. So yeah, I was really panicking. It was not a good time. And I think had I known that was going to happen, I probably would have recorded it. But simply because, well, it was quite entertaining watching me try and... try to deal with it all, and it was not good. I was very upset and panicking a lot, and things were just not really going particularly very well. And in the end, we dealt with it. We didn't have too much of a catastrophe. I think because I brought in so many people initially, it eventually kind of like settled itself out. That is getting on fire very quickly, funnily enough. Because I'm probably going to need to link this with this at some point, we'll do that. Yeah, I was panicking big time. I didn't really know what to do, quite frankly, because things were going a little bit all over the place. If I'm being honest with you, it was all a bit up in the air, what might happen. Oh my god, there is a lack of power in this general area, which is not good at all. We might have to consider bringing in some alternate methods of providing electricity at the moment, because there's just not enough going around, and there's quite a few people getting sick. I don't really know what this is going to be all for, but we're going to stick a solar power plant, I think, down here. Give them their own source of power. It's not the most elaborate way of doing things, but if it goes there, it's probably going to need water for whatever reason. Over here, and you've got some more electricity coming in. Looks like the availability is there. They should all be good now, because it's all going to link up. And there we go. That's a problem solved. So yeah, it was pandemonium. People were dying, and in the end, we eventually managed to weather the storm and get through it at the cost of a lot of money. I almost went well, not bankrupt, but I lost all my money pretty much. And I couldn't really handle what was going on, really. I was just like, oh my god, there's so much going on. I can't deal with it all at the same time. So we got through that eventually. It was a comical moment, but we've come out of it in better shape, at least. So I guess I should run you through what obviously has changed. I think by now you've probably seen what has changed. Built a kind of suburb down here with a load of parks and stuff, just to give people a bit more room. during the city. I think what I've realized in the past few playthroughs is that I have really messed up in the whole structure. I've overcrowded the actual main city. As you can see, there is a lot of traffic that gets caught up here. And there's a lot of illnesses that go down in this area. So I built this area as like a place for industrial estate to go. And like build a few areas there. Anyone who wants to work in them can go over there. But people are getting ill and dying a lot over here, even though there is clear medical centers right next door. But yeah, I actually had to upgrade these roads because the traffic was getting outrageous, and it's still pretty damn heavy. So much so I actually got rid of one of these streets, which people were happy about. Even I was confused why they were happy about it, because some houses had to get removed in order to upgrade that road. It makes me think at some point I might start to upgrade the roads in the rest of the town. I don't like the fact that people come off into this roundabout and it is just like absolutely chock-a-blocker. Look at it, just cars everywhere. I put traffic lights in to try and make a little bit more sense of the actual flow of traffic, but it's still very, very busy. And what happened was, because there was so much traffic just in general everywhere, it meant that like ambulances and fire trucks and police cars couldn't get around. But we have really developed the actual CBD area. There's still some spaces we could fill in. I'm a bit hesitant to fill out areas just purely because of how crowded it is getting in that general area there. So I'm going to start building out downwards towards the beach, I think. We also made a like circular road. It's not a very good road. It's very wonky, and start filling that out with houses and stuff like that. Obviously, we just built that solar power plant to give people a bit more electricity. Apparently, we're maxed out for the availability of that. Obviously, we've got the cargo train terminal there. We built this area for the industrial estate, which just keeps getting ill for whatever reason. I'm not too sure. That is a really peculiar one. I don't like it at all. And also, I found that dealing with dead bodies is far more practical just to delete the building. You could say, like, if it was a big flat, that, you know, it might not be the best situation. But what happens if you leave a dead body for too long? The citizens don't deal with it. You have people who start moving out and leaving. So I've just found it easier to get rid of it. Especially if there's quite a few. I don't want an epidemic again where things go out of control. I think that's something you've just got to kind of take on the chin, is let's just get rid of the building and the people in it, and they all get rebuilt, and more people will come in the end, because like these sick people will probably eventually die. I'm even going to destroy these. Just destroyed one too many. And I'll even get rid of that. Because eventually they'll rebuild themselves very quickly, so I'm not too fussed about that. We're obviously going to lose a few people in amongst it all, but that's how that goes. Actually, we could get rid of this. I don't really want that there. Yeah, so I think that at the moment we're just playing the cleanup game, just making sure things are going. We've got a problem with some of our offices, is that there's not enough goods to sell in quite a few areas, which is becoming a problem. I mean, I don't know if this is any relevance to you, but I've upped the budgets in the medical department and obviously the electricity, as well as the waste, because there's been a lot of waste that's been produced recently. Fire and the police stuff isn't too bad because our crime rate's really low and there aren't too many fires at this present time. But other than that, we're all in good stand. I think I could probably afford to put in a bit more public transport. Obviously, with some of the trains and stuff we put in, I think we've got a train station, like the metro line, is it? That goes underground around the entire place that we built so far. But I think we've only got a few actual bus areas that work. So you can see the bus that kind of just covers this main area. It doesn't really go over here. Doesn't come here or round in this direction. But other than that, we've kind of just linked everything up together. I've started progressively filling out this space right here for any expansions we might end up doing. And I really just smashed out as many hospitals as I can just to kind of deal with the health of the citizens. In fact, I might even chuck a few down this area here. So if we put one over there, that's going to hopefully care for those guys. We can also put ourselves a police station, and we can put ourselves a fire department. Put the main things in that people might need. Now, water's actually becoming a slight concern because obviously I've got my water pumps and stuff where they are over here and over here, but I don't want to then put a few more down, except for the exception of that, just because they'll obviously be taking up dirty water, although I've got really good sewage treatment. I've started to put down water towers, just for people who are in obscure areas and not really near the river. So, for example, I put one here, even though we're next to this lake. I thought it would be better to just give them water towers, and that's something I've started to do for some of these guys. There's not too much I can really do at the moment. We've got some random bits and bobs, which I wouldn't mind sticking down, just for some fun. We could put a transport tower in there. We have got a few unique buildings that we can start to play with. We've got this one. I don't know what... We've got the Statue of Wealth. Perhaps we put that somewhere. Apparently it makes a lot of noise. It's a statue. Let's put the Statue of Wealth in there. Look, they like that. We've also got the Theatre of Wonders. Right, a lot of abandoned buildings, and I I understand why there's quite a few that come up over here, simply because these guys can't sell anything at the moment. I might even just get rid of them. Just because they're not necessary. They're just going to keep moaning at me, and it's a bit like, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't really do anything. I'm just trying to think what we can expand, really. I'd like to start separating things slightly. We could build this road up. In fact, connect that to that. I think that's what I was meant to do last time, and all hell broke loose. I might even upgrade this road. Just because I don't like it being a one singular road. It's quite an important area, so I want it to be a double. If we link that part up, I think this is kind of the next area of project that we're looking at, trying to kind of expand this way. This is all kind of good, to be honest. Like, things are just ticking along over there. It's about expanding other areas and making traffic kind of enter from different places, I guess. I mean, I'm trying not to buy too many other tiles at the moment. I'm focusing on these main four. I know I said I really wanted to go down here, and I still think I'm going to progress down to this area before moving left or right or up, just because I'm quite happy with what's going on here, and I really think this would be a nice, unique area to build into. So at the moment, I'm just kind of building out a layout, I think. It's not really... it's not really something that I'm super keen on building much on at the moment. It's just kind of like, let's build and see where it goes from there. This place just gets ill all the time. I don't know what to do about it. I'm really... No way, we're a capital city. We've got the harbour, which provides outside connection for passengers to the city by sea. We got the cargo harbour. Alright, and a ship is a new service, which is great. So we can start building that thing in. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about this. Just people getting sick all the time, and it's not really good. I don't really understand. I know they're near a road, but there's not really a reason to get ill, is it? Alright, well, let's put the ship in then, I guess. Oh, wow. Where's that going? That's... Okay, so that's the sea, so it has to be somewhat... It has to be accessible to that, I guess, then. If it want... Yeah, okay, so we need to get down to this circle, pretty much, if we want that. Do I prematurely go and buy these parts of land? I think we're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's purchase that piece of land. So if we put... So which one's that one? That's the harbour, and that is... That's the passenger harbour, and that seems to be the actual cargo harbour. Do we want them next to each other? I don't know if it's really that big a deal. Spend all my money, basically. That way we can do a little bit of this. We can link you up like that. Link you up like that. We'll then have to obviously link this thing up like that. There you go. I might just have to knock it down, to be honest, because everyone is just getting ill there. And it's actually really frustrating. Do you know what? I'm going to be an arse. I'm going to be an arse. And I'm just going to get rid of... I'm not going to get rid of the actual building site for people, but I'm just going to get rid of everyone there that's sick and see if it starts to help. They didn't like having that road there, apparently. There isn't much out there, but it's all going to change once we've bought things. Do you know what? I'm gonna be adventurous. I'm gonna buy this land as well. Screw it. There we go. I need to make some money. This is kind of the situation I got into after the plague, is I was just like, I need to actually get some money. So I just kind of let the game fast forward a little bit and go from there, I suppose. We could start to build an actual, like, beach town now. Oh, I'm so excited for that. I've been wanting to do that for absolutely ages, and I've not been able to do it till now, so I'm actually really happy about that. Anyway, the town is in a decent enough place. We are expanding. I don't want to overexpand, and I'm afraid of a plague breaking out again. That scarred me big time. But other than that, the town's going well. We need some more goods to sell, which is understandable, and hopefully we can provide that for people sooner rather than later. So yeah, the town is in a decent enough place. We have, well, we should hopefully hit 30,000 people again once I've finished this speech. But we had a situation with a plague where things did not quite go our way. And we lost quite a few people, but gained them back very quickly. And we lost a lot of money, but gained all that back pretty much. And we're making a lot of profit at the moment. People are coming to live here. And we're expanding down south. We'll hopefully get ourselves a nice beach town in here, maybe in the next episode. And just generally laying out the kind of areas that we're going to build into in this entire city that we've got going on here. But anyway, I hope to see you for the next episode. Peace out.